Seriously? I gotta go to the restroom. Oh my gosh. This is not cool. Why are you going without water again?
Because I don't have time to look for my water bottle. It fell out of my purse.
Is it the one I put up there?
Yes.
Next one.
I'm taking lotion with me. And then my name on it.
Sometimes I wish it wasn't illegal to take people's brains and analyze them. Because then I wish somebody would do this with the people that are review bombing Slay the Spire too. Because the game has been getting an insane amount of negative abuse the past 2 days for truly the dumbest reason. Where review bombing is usually valid, like in cases of Helldivers where Sony tried to force everyone to have a PSN account to play the game, with that blocking players from 121 different countries out of the game they paid for. But this time people are review bombing the game because they aren't happy with balance change for a game, mind you, that is still in early access and 2 weeks old. But even worse is these changes weren't made to the base game, but the beta testing branch of the early access game. You know what branch you as a player have to actively choose to engage with? Like some of these people act like the devs just did this to bully the community. It reflects nothing but the studio's arrogance toward its core audience. Motherfucker, did you reach containment from Reddit? Acting like they spat in your food like a high school bully. Also, I want to throw this nugget in. Some of the reviews were written by ChatGPT. How do I know? I don't know, man. Because they were signed by ChatGPT. Fucker didn't even have the courtesy to shit on the game himself. But the story does have a good ending because the review bombing had a near zero impact on the overall reviews. And Megacrits, the absolute goats, addressed the community in the nicest way possible, explaining why they did what they did. As well, it's an early access game. Sometimes I wish it wasn't illegal to take people's...
All right, those are all the rules. Any questions? Are we sure? It's okay if I need to repeat it. All right, I'll start with incredible. Remind me of all the actions you can do on your turn. Play, acquire, rest, and claim. Like it says in the rule sheet that I put specifically in front of you. All right, sweet. Okay, I'll start. Got a weird one for you. My guy. What's a spice card? It's a card that has a color scheme. Like it says in the rule sheet that we put specifically in front of you. Okay, nice. This game looks
That's
fun.
about the best I'm gonna do. I am gonna fool around a little bit tomorrow, but I'm gonna get started on my book. This book is Les Mis, Les Miserables.
Okay, sir. First,
I guess I can't really see the title of it, so I'll move the book over. There we go. This is one of the first books I got from the library. I have watched the musical, the movies, never read the book. This book is by Victor Hugo. Introduction by Adam Kopnick. And copyright was 2008 by Random House Incorporation. Introduction copyright was 2008 by Adam Kopnick. Library of Congress cataloging and publication data. Hugo Victor in 1802 to 1885. Les Miserables, Victor Hugo, a new translation by Julie Rose. Notes by James Madden. Introduction by James Adam Kolknick. I hope I'm saying his name right. Everything in here is fiction. So we're going to read about Victor Hugo. I can start reading it. If you guys like me reading it, I can read it. I don't have the best reading voice. If you prefer me to shut up and not read it and just want to watch me read, it's up to you guys. But I do have my reading partner. My husband just bought me at I'm kind of afraid to show him at this point in time. Sorry. I got messages, but I'm not seeing them. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I'm not being able to see them on my phone. We're going to go to all messages. Let's see if that helps. See, I got 2 people on there. Thank you. Let's see if I can see all messages now.
Sometimes, man. So this is going to be interesting. Keep going. Invincible versus Black Adam. No. Invincible versus Aquaman. Possibly. If you don't get intimidated by, you know what I'm saying, Aquaman's fish people.
There we go. There's the live chat. That's what I was looking for. But I can start reading it. If you guys don't want me to read it, that's fine. I won't read it. But I am going to post real quick a short before I actually start reading and see if anybody joins in real quick. I'm going to post a short real quick introducing my new reading buddy that I got from and I can show him at the end of my stream, but really don't want to try to mess with my camera again if possible. Actually, you know what, because you can't really see it, maybe I'll do it this way and we'll just show my reading buddy because you can't really see it anyway. So we're gonna do this and I'll just show you guys my reading buddy now on top of my short because it's not working out the way I wanted it to. I probably need a new camera or a different type of camera to do what I was trying to do. So that is my reading buddy. My husband got him for me. So we are reading together. There we go. We're just doing that today because I just cannot get it to work the way I wanted it to. So anyways, I'm going to post a quick video, short, and then start reading. And if you guys want me to read out loud, I can read out loud. If you don't want me to shut up, I can shut up. Majority wins. Alright.
More money than I gave you. He's making you and my car fully washed for me in 20 minutes. I feel sorry for you that I'm so good at negotiations. I would snake chopper. How in the fuck? Well, this game was closed.
Hey everyone, this is going to be my last stream for the night. This is my reading stream. This is my new reading buddy. I just got it Goodwill. And he can say hi to everybody. Yay! He's my little monkey my husband bought for me. Oh God. Hey everybody, this is my last stream for the night. It's still March 21st, but last stream for the day. This is my new reading buddy I got, and this is going to be my reading stream tonight. Well, he's going to be reading The Highly Efficient Detective, Crosses the Line by Richard Yancey. I got that from the library today. And this is what I'm reading, is Les Miserables of Victor Hugo. And the introduction is by Adam Kopnick. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. But anyways, I'm streaming live right now, so come with me and my reading buddy. And as I read Les Miserables.
Then look, like this. The monkey needs shit pants and run away screaming. How close to monkey? Sweaty, dry-hard monkey. Comment below about the urine. But beginner monkey, not need worry about it. Number 3.5. Monkey need tag and send this video to monkey friends who always scream and run away like little baby monkeys when they hear you tiny sound.
For the day.
If monkeys see
This is my new reading buddy I got, and this is going to be my reading stream tonight. Well, he's going to be reading The Highly Efficient Detective, Crosses the Line by Richard Yancey. I got that from the library today.
Number 6. Monkey thinks ghost is hunting a monkey check. Monkey controls the big light switch. If monkey cannot have a big light switch, then ghost is hunting monkey and monkey needs to find somewhere to hide. Number 7. If doors and rooms are slashed shut by evil ghost.
Hey everybody, this is my last stream for the night. It's still March 21st, but last stream for the day. This is my new reading buddy I got, and this is going to be my reading stream tonight. Well, he's going to be reading The Highly Efficient Detective, Crosses the Line by Richard Yancey. I got that from the library today. And this is what I'm reading, is Les Miserables of Victor Hugo. And the introduction is by Adam Kopnick. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. But anyways, I'm streaming live right now, so come with me and my reading buddy. And as I read Les Miserables.
You want to be a hero? Save the children or stop us. Superman. Feel bad, makes me feel bad, man. Playing game with Thomas, we landed in an empty parking lot. Oh, man, I don't know, just doing something like that on purpose. I think I love you. Congratulations, sir.
The way you caught that crane like it weighed nothing.
Very, very impressive. So we are quite sure you will bring them back to justice.
No one can escape.
Nice suit. Doctor, can I have a word, please?
Idiots. I'm bulletproof. The only guy in the WWE is a fight for, but I will not fight for Here's a guy at 400 pounds snapped off a basketball. His biggest problem was getting over the people. Brock has to hold him back. He was so strong. I told him in the video one day, he said, Brock could be a great wrestler if he can let loose. Brock is always was afraid of hurting people. He don't know his strength. The first day I put him in the chair, and he's done with his business after day in his life. Let the lifter put away from your head. Power lifter is lift back. Bodybuilding. Mark, so I said, Mark, every day, we go to one side, Mark, you're sitting there on his phone. I said, I'm going to walk out. Told him to stop that shit. Took away. Just 2 points.
Hey everyone, this is going to be my last stream for the night. This is my reading stream. This is my new reading buddy. I just got it Goodwill. And he can say hi to everybody. Yay! He's my little monkey my husband bought for me. Oh God. I did not mean to have the volume up on that, but I did. My bad. As I was doing my short, I had the volume up, but I didn't mean to. Alright, forgot it would double record that. Anyways, here we go. I'm going to start reading. I'll try to keep on the chat, upload the chat at the same time.
Any faction is good as long as the players skill enough. Are you finally going to play a faction besides Joel Martin? I just like their flavor. I mean, it doesn't matter to me that they're near the top of the league. You don't mind if we ban Joel Martin? I just don't think it's necessary. Hey, I know this game gets complicated.
There we go. Show reading buddy over there.
I taught you how to play this game. I'm an editor of the week. Well, this game requires a lot of negotiating with other players, which you can't really teach or learn from a strategy guide.
This is not the bookmark I wanted.
Someone got your homework. You started crying. You almost became embarrassment. During the agenda phase,
Oh,
you uploaded for your
show you real quick my bookmark.
Yeah.
I got this from the library today.
So we started answering households. I feel like we've pretty much solved this game. So we're gonna spice it up a little bit. Let's go to 20 for 3 points out of 10. Man, this game's kind of easy now. You have another game that's like more challenging? Cross Birmingham? That's cute. I guess I got 20 minutes. One more. Nope. Game one more. Space Cats and Peace Turtles, get them the fuck out! You know, any faction. I seen this earlier today. So we break into Area 51.
Hey, Paulina, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the stream.
What we're not taking is the syringe here. We're not becoming a Titan. That's reducing your lifespan to 13 years from now. And also,
You made one of my streams awesome. I'm so happy to have you here.
A lot of people were saying the death knell. I don't feel comfortable.
You made my other streams today too. I appreciate it. You're
I
awesome.
never really got into fate. I tried, it just wasn't for me. So I'm just not going to talk about the Holy Grail right here. So those are three things for me personally. The Watch of the Stone, the Dragon Balls, and the Devil.
All right. I'm just reading with my reading buddy over here.
I'm a big thumb guy, so I don't think that's the one for me. Really, it's going to come down to the
I'm reading Les Mis. I don't know if you ever saw the musical, read the book, or anything.
But if I do get the fitness benefits, I get them going.
It is very, very good.
Never use your finger to do these things in Japan. The first one is in Never use your finger to do these things in Japan. The first one is in the bathroom.
All right, the first chapter is about Victor Hugo.
I have no idea why Japan decided to do this, but pressing this button will call the police.
And so I'm going to read about, it's an introduction to Victor Hugo. Victor Marie Hugo was born in, oh, forgive me, I'm probably not going to say any of this right, which is why I don't do good reading out loud, but my daughter insisted I read out loud, so this is what I'm going to do. Victor Marie Hugo was born in Besançon in 1802, the third and youngest son of Leopold Hugo, an officer in the Revolutionary and Napoleonic. See, that's why I read better to myself. Napoleonic armies, and his wife Sophie. The family followed Major Hugo to Italy, Elba, Corsica, And finally, Spain, where Leopold rose to the ranks of general thanks to the protection of Joseph Bonaparte, whom Napoleon had installed on the throne in Madrid. The Hugo's marriage, however, was an unhappy one, and the Madame Hugo left her husband for good in 1812. Returning to Paris with their three sons, Madame Hugo blamed the collapse of their marriage on her royalist principles, a polite half-truth that set her poet's son echoed, famously describing himself as the son of my father, the old soldier, and my mother, the Vendean. I'm not sure what that means. But in fact, the son of my father and the old soldier, but in fact, their separation was due far more banal causes. So, Sophie Hugo, see, this is why I don't read out loud. I read to myself. Because I cannot pronounce half of these words. So anybody wants me to shut up and reading, I can. Kind of told my daughter this is not a good idea. But I'm trying. I can get back through a book a lot faster too um, without reading aloud. I would have probably been in like page 4 by now. So if you decide, I'm going to be quiet for right now. If you decide you want me to go back and read it, I can't. The majority wins. If I don't get a lot of people that's shown on here, I'm just going to read through it. If I get a lot of people and you guys want me to read, I will. I'll do anything, you know, that pleases the masses, I guess. I don't mind. Matter of fact, we'll see how many votes we get by doing this. Hold on. We'll do it this way. Let me see here. We'll see how many votes I get on this. There we go. Well, you can still see my reading buddy. We'll see how many votes I get on that. And we'll go by that. Alright, so far I've gotten one vote, so I'm going to go ahead and read out loud. We're just going to start with the book itself. Alright, part 1, Fantine. In 1850, Monsieur Charles Francis Benavent Muriel was Bishop of I cannot pronounce it.
Seriously.
I understand that my physical appearance may be unsettling, but I can assure you my time severed long ago. Unfortunately, there are no
Eugene.
taken longer than that.
Sorry, I suck at this. He was an elderly man about 75, and he occupied the seat. Hey, honey. It is story time, but I suck at reading out loud. I'm horrible at it. My pronunciation on a lot of words is horrible. I know the meaning of it and know the word when I see it, but me speaking it is totally, it's horrible. But nobody really wanted me to read this out loud because we cannot figure out how to angle the camera where you guys can just read it over my shoulder. But my reading is horrible. But that is my reading buddy. But I think this book has too many words because a lot of it was written about the French Revolution. I don't speak French. So, we're going to switch. I was going to do Les Mis, but I think I'm going to switch and do a book I know I can read out loud and not this one. This one is just too hard to read out loud. So, my reading buddy is going to read Les Mis. I am going to read a different book. I am going to read Richard Yancey, or Mystery. I can read that one out loud. I cannot read this one out loud. It is way too bad for me to read out loud. So we're going to switch. My reading buddy is going to read Les Mis. I am going to read Richard Yancey. This I know I can read out loud. That one's too hard. So let's just read this one. That one I'll read to myself when I go to bed. This one is the 4th installment. I'm going to go get the other book. That's the 1st installment.
Oh, can you get a boar steak? We'll have that coming right up. Alright, so basically, if you're wondering, I'll go ahead and explain our new ingredient.
Alright, this is the 1st installment. This is another Richard Yancey book. The Highly Effective Detective, a mystery. Alright, this I think is the 1st installment. I'm going to read this one. And there's a dedication in here, and it is to Sandy. Yet these thoughts myself, almost despising, happily I think on thee, and then my state I like to lark at the break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 24. No, 29, I think. Roman numbers, I think it's 29. Here's another one from William Shakespeare, from Othello. Take note, O world, to be direct and honest, it is not safe. Yay, be right back. Okay, I'll see you when you get back. The Highly Effective Detective, Chapter 1. Okay. I'd had this dopey idea to be a detective ever since my mother gave me an illustrated Sherlock Holmes book for my 10th birthday. For months I walked around the house with a bubble pipe, 2 baseball caps on my head, one turned backwards so I would have the double bill look. I outgrew the ball caps and the pipe, but never my dream of being a detective. When I was 12, somebody gave me one of those Encyclopedia Brown books about a boy detective who was smarter than his own father, a chief of police no less, and solved all the crimes for him. The answer to each mystery was in the back of a book for all those people like me who wanted to play detective but could never figure out what the solution was. I liked that kid, detective, so much I started calling myself Dictionary Runsick because of Encyclopedia was already taken. After high school, I went to the police academy, but they kicked me out. I couldn't run fast enough. I never could pass. I never could pass the diving and marksmanship test. Then they put me in what they called scenario training, and the bad guys always killed me. I must have died 100 times and would have died 100 more, but the academy concluded I was not cut out for police work. After I flunked out of the academy, I took a job as a guard with a company that provided security for a local bank. I wore a black uniform and a gold badge embroidered on the shoulder. I had a midnight shift, which I liked. It was quiet, and I had a chance to read and listen to the radio. And nothing ever happened. I worked there for 14 months. For 10 of those years, or 14 months. See, I still can't read. 14 years is what he worked there for. For 10 of those years, I lived with my parents until Dad died of a heart attack, and Mom told me if I didn't move out, I never would. Because with him gone, the temptation would be too great to live with and take care of her as an excuse not to strike out on my own. She kept on to me to go to college as I worked nights, so my days were free. But somehow, like a lot of things people plan for, I never got around to it. I also could never figure out how I was going to work full-time job and then go to college and sleep. So the day came when I was 33 years old, and I was still doing the same thing I'd been doing when I was 19. I was hunkered down. Flunking out of the police academy had taken something out of me, a pretty big chunk of my resolve or spirit, or whatever you want to call it. I was waiting for something. I couldn't put my finger on what I was waiting for. Maybe it was some kind of mystical call to action, but I was never the type who believed we had a destiny to fulfill, like a cosmic apple hanging from the tree that we wait until it's ripe to pluck. My outlook on life tended towards the Prozac. Prozac. I don't know what that means actually. I wasn't much of a dreamer or a go-getter since the two usually go hand in hand, but sometimes, usually midway through my shift, about 3 a.m., when things were their most quiet, I was tired of reading and all the late night radio talk shows had signed off. I would feel aching somewhere in the vicinity of my heart, not in the heart itself, but about 2 or 3 inches below it, when I interpreted that some soft groaning of my unfulfilled soul. Only I didn't know what to do about it except for it to go away. Except to wait for it to go away. And I'm scaring my son out of here, I think.
No.
What you doing, bud?
Yeah. Gotta go watch a couple things.
You're gonna pass out already?
I think if I had enough since
I've been up since 6.
yeah.
Lazy bum.
I had a couple videos of what it was.
Who's on your blankie?
Fat ass.
Oh, be nice to her.
I refuse. She didn't eat as much as I did.
I need a drink real quick because we are now on chapter 2. Ugh, I haven't read that much since I was in freaking school. Out loud. Yay, I'm glad you're back, honey. All right. Chapter 2. Then one night in the winter of my 33rd year, my mother called me to tell me she was calling from her deathbed. So I drove to her house in Fountain City. It was the 4th house she had lived in since I had been born. Dad was a salesman and moved around a lot. He wasn't a traveling salesman, he just wasn't a very good salesman. And he moved to follow what was called consumer trends. I spent the first 12 years of my life in Brooklyn, where Dad sold furniture. Then we moved to St. Louis, where Dad sold cars. Then to Raleigh, where he sold life insurance. Finally, I was 16. Sorry, bud. I was 16 when he moved us to Knoxville, where he sold more cars, more life insurance, and more furniture. The house in Fountain City, where was about 55 years old, renovated several times, big and drafty, with a pea smell in the hallways that Mom could never get out. She burned a lot of candles, though Dad stomped around and said that one day she was going to burn the whole damn place down. Well, I kind of threw the word in damn, but it wasn't actually there. Mom had cancer. When it was diagnosed, I told her that she should find a smaller place. She said she felt closer to Dad there. She had cancer for 3 years, and this was about the 6th call from her deathbed, so I didn't rush over. I even stopped first at the DQ drive-thru for a chocolate sundae. It was for her. Mom loved chocolate sundaes. I kind of agree with her. I like chocolate sundaes. I love chocolate sundaes. Thanks for the like, guys. Mom, I brought you a chocolate sundae, I said. She was lying propped up in her bed with about a dozen pillows behind her back. She didn't look good. I felt guilty for not going straight over there. I don't want a chocolate sundae. You eat it. I sat down on the edge of her bed and ate the sundae. Tell me how I look, she said. You look great, Mom. No, I don't. I look terrible. Don't lie to me, Theodore. I never lie to you, Mom. You lied about breaking my kitchen window. Mom, that was 20 years ago, when I was a kid. Her eyes narrowed at me. I looked away. How old are you now? I'm 33, Mom. Mom, you know how old I am. You've gained weight. I've always been this big, Mom. Now you're bigger. You shouldn't have eaten that sundae. You told me to. I set the empty plastic cup on her nightstand. Teddy, she said, I'm dying. Mom, you always say that every time I come over. This time I am. Okay, Mom. I doubt I'll make it through the night. You want me to stay? No. I'm sure you have work tonight. They'll let me have the night off if you're dying. Really? How kind of them, she coughed. She motioned to the box of the Kleenex by her bed, and I gave one to her. She pressed it against her mouth, and she coughed. Then she examined it carefully for any sign of blood. Teddy, after she caught her breath, I have a confession to make. Okay. When your father died, there was quite a bit of life insurance. I was working at the time, as you know, and we really didn't need the money, so I set it aside. The life insurance money, I mean. I didn't say anything. I was remembering all the time she complained about not having any money. If I knew we started to spend it, it would just be gone. Whoosh! Right out the window. So I invested it. There's quite a nest egg there, though the medical bills have taken their bite, and now that I'm dying, and you're 33 years old, with half your life already gone, I thought it was time to give it to you. I thought about it. It was a lot to think about. It's quite a bit of money, Teddy, she whispered, and you shouldn't spend it. Invest it, like I did. You make a good living. You don't really need it. How much is it, Mom? $175,000. Give or take a few pennies. Hey, cool kid. How you doing, love? And yes, I am reading you a bedtime story. It's good to see you. Chapter 3. I felt bad when she died the next week. Bad for not believing she was really dying, and bad for being angry with her for hoarding all that money, which we really could have used. Most of all, although I felt bad because she was my mother, and she was dead. She was the only family I had. What, honey?
I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're fine. What's up, buddy?
I was going to see whose the Doritos were.
Mine.
Can I ask them?
A few. I put all the houses up for sale and gave most of her things to charity. A couple of the items, knickknacks she treasured or things I remembered from childhood, I kept. But I put them away in one of my closets. They gave me the night off of the funeral. And little one is here, Ink Demon.
Oh, hi, Ink Demon.
I am doing wonderful, honey. I'm actually enjoying reading. I tried out with Les Mis to begin with, and since I don't speak the language, it is so hard to pronounce half of the words. So
Great, that sucks to be you.
it does.
Hi, Ink Demon.
So Les Mis,
He said hi.
I am going to read this, and my reading buddy is reading Les Mis.
Ah,
I can't read that out loud.
you know, the shame is
Huh.
that a stuffed monkey can handle the book better than you.
Yes, it is a shame.
You want me to go try and find the old cat and cat book?
I got one right here, and I'm doing very well. Cool kid even said so. I think he said I'm doing very well. So there.
You have to read that.
I have to read what?
this. No, you have to read that. I get to read this. You still have to read that part.
I'm gonna read to myself on that one.
Cool, but I get to read this.
Okay, that's fine. She's reading Bleach. She's gonna sit with me and read. Your reading buddy is a stuffed animal. It is.
What's his name?
And I don't know. Guys, give him a name. He doesn't have a name. Anybody want to give him a name?
Engelbert.
Huh?
Engelbert.
Hangover?
Engelbert.
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 Yeah.
Where
Engelbert.
did you get hangover?
Apparently I can't hear.
Engelbert. Like the musician, Engelbert Humperdinck.
Hangover.
You said Hangle or Angle?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Engelbert
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck. Engelbert
Musician.
Humperdinck.
Real name.
Say that 15 times fast. I sure in the hell can.
Why would you say anything 15 times?
Huh?
Fair enough.
Why would you say anything 15 times? That's just sad.
All right, fine. 3 times fast. So there.
What's it 6 times fast?
Okay, can I go back to reading?
No.
Nova's reading Bleach, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Okay, apparently my husband just named him. His name is Engelbert Humperdinck. Right?
Yes. He's a musician.
Engelbert Humperdinck. He's a musician. So I guess that is the name of him. Don't ask me to repeat that too many times because I have to think about it in my head before it comes out. Just saying. And I don't know why I'm looking at the other phone and not looking at the one that's actually recording. Okay, back to reading since I got so rudely interrupted. Womp womp. All right. I'm going to start out with that paragraph again because I kind of lost myself, guys. Sorry. All right. I put the house up for sale and gave most of her things to charity. A couple of items, knickknacks she treasured, or things that I remembered as from my childhood I kept, but I put them away in one of my closets. They gave me the night off of her funeral, so I decided to eat out, though having a steak that night made me feel a little guilty. I drove to the old city diner on the corner of the Western and Summit Hill. Felicia was working that night. She made me feel a little less bad. She was my favorite waitress. I liked her nose. It was a small nose and crinkled a little bit in the middle when she laughed. "Teddy, how are you?" she asked when she came to take my order. "Okay," I said, "except my mom died." "Oh, God, I'm sorry." "Wasn't she real sick, though?" "Cancer. My uncle died 2 years ago of throat cancer." She took my order and she left me 65. She took my order, I said. She left me $65,000. The way I read that sounded like the damn waitress left her that, but I know what he meant. "Get out of here." "No, she did. Plus a little insurance money to boot." "And I've sold the old homestead. She told me not to spend any of it. Didn't make me promise, though. So what are you going to do with it?" "Well, it's always been my dream to have my own detective agency." She put her hands on her hip and laughed. Her nose crinkled. Felicia had goldish blonde hair and pulled up to a bun for work. I only saw her at work, so I didn't know how long her hair was or what it looked like when it was down. She saw I was serious and stopped laughing. She pulled a piece of paper from my pocket as she slid into the seat across from me. I'm working on some names for it. So far, I've got Resix Detective Agency, Detection by Teddy, AAA Detectives. You know, that way you get the first listing in the yellow pages. Just think, like Sherlock Detective Agency and Dick Resnick Agency. See, Dick is another word for detective. I don't think you should call yourself Dick, Teddy, Felicia said. I'm not crazy about any of them. Well, I'm sure you'll think of something. She left to put in my order. I studied my to-do list. Things like renting an office, buying furniture, getting some phone and electrical service. Felicia came back with my steak. You know what I would do with $65,000? What would you do? I don't know, but I quit this stinking job. I'm quitting mine tomorrow. It isn't the greatest job in the world either, but it isn't the only job I've ever had. So it's been like contemplating the void, working myself up into quitting. She didn't seem too interested about my contemplation of the void. But how about the ultimate detective agency, she said. Maybe something like maybe something like that's an acronym, I said. You know, a title that spells something out like CIA. CIA isn't an acronym, Runsick. An acronym is a pronounceable word like NATO, TUDA, TUDA, for the ultimate detective agency. That seems too close to tuna. I'm not going with an ac. If I'm going with an acronym, I should go with something that's related, not something going to make people think of fish. Related to what? The thing itself. The thing itself? Detection. How about private investigator and gumshoe Resnick? I thought about this. Doesn't that spell out pig Resnick? Her nose crinkled at me. Anyway, I said, I'll think of something. The monkey's name should be Disabled. I will think about that. The next week, I rented some space on Church Street. Oh, I'm on chapter 4, by the way, which I think I just may end it at chapter 4 because I am down to 7% on my phone. And I don't want it to die on me. Because then my phone, the button on it broke, so it's hard to mess with it. Let me see here. That's a good stream. I'm tired. I'm on chapter 4. I will read another probably 4 chapters tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Yes, because he can't move by himself. I got that, honey. But he's going to say bye to you guys. Even though he can't move on himself. Ooh. Oh, I can't even see you guys wave. Alright. See a little bit of wave there. Love you guys. Thank you for joining me. You guys are awesome. Let me see here. Thank everybody for the votes. And I got a lot of subscribers today, so thank you everybody for that. I appreciate it. That's probably the end of my streaming for the entire night because I have streamed since 6 o'clock this morning. And I think I'm done with streaming tonight. So I'm going to lay down, read some Les Mis to myself. and watch a couple of videos and go to bed and be back up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.